Now in the second class of thermodynamics, we have to study what is this Otto engine. Usually they will ask this as a 10 mark question. Explain working, construction and derive an efficiency of this Otto engine. So that will be of 10 marks question. So Otto engine consists of a cylinder A provided with a frictionless piston P, and also it has got two valves V1 and V2. V1 is known as inlet valve, V2 is outlet valves. This piston is a frictionless piston, so totally it is non-conducting valve. Then opening and closing of these two V1 and V2 are controlled by the movement of this piston P. Now Otto engine works totally under 4 strokes. The first one is known as charging stroke. So in this charging strokes, inlet valve V1 is opened, V2 is closed, and this piston is moved outward, it is moved in down direction, such that the mixture of petrol vapor and atmospheric air enters through this V1. Mixture of petrol vapor and atmospheric air enters this. Then this is known as charging stroke. So at the end of this charging stroke, this both the valve V1 and V2 are closed, and this piston is moved backward such that air gets compressed sufficiently. Now inside this there is a mixture of petrol vapor and the atmospheric air. Sufficiently it gets compressed. So the compression is adiabatic, means pressure, volume and temperature changes. So at the end of this compression stroke, spark is produced. As the spark is produced, the combustion product means petrol vapor and atmospheric air gets mixed thoroughly. When spark is produced due to a high temperature, because if it is compressed, pressure increases, volume decreases, temperature increases. At a certain stage spark is produced, then this product starts igniting. Ignition is produced, means that product of combustion starts igniting. Then this stroke is called as compression stroke. After this, it reaches a certain stage, suddenly it moves in the backward direction. That means piston moves in the backward direction, outward direction. So your engine starts working. This is known as power stroke, or also it is called as working stroke. At the end of this, then adiabatic expansion takes place. So at the end of this stage, this outlet valve V2 is opened, and once again it moves backward. Then all this residue escapes, means burnt petrol vapor and atmospheric air escapes through this. So this stage, again it has reached the initial stage, this stage repeats. So these are the 4 strokes, and these strokes can be explained, or this cycle, it is one cycle, can be explained with the help of this PV diagram, and that cycle is known as Otto cycle. Next we have to study how this Otto cycle works. So along y-axis it is a pressure, along x-axis volume changes. See, initially when this V1 is opened, charging stroke means process reaches from E to A. So when it reaches from E to A, when V1 is opened, E to A, volume changes from V1 to V2. Temperature at A is T1, so pressure reaches is atmospheric pressure. This is 1 atmospheric pressure is reached at point A. The temperature is T1. Then in the compression stroke means we are reaching from A to B. When you reach A to B, temperature changes from T1 to T2. Volume changes from V2 to V1. Then pressure also changes from 1 atmospheric pressure to about 18 atmospheric pressure. So that means at point B, these are the values. T2 is the temperature, V1 is the volume, and pressure is 18 atmospheric pressure. This change in the volume is in the ratio, nearly it is 8. V2 upon V1 is nearly 8. And all these side walls are perfectly insulated. No heat escapes. Then it is a frictionless piston. The process is adiabatic compression. Adiabatic compression means temperature changes from T1 to T2. So at the end of this compression stroke, spark appears. As spark appears, the ignition starts, combustion takes place, the petrol vapor and the atmospheric air gets mixed thoroughly. Their temperature increases due to this spark, and pressure also increases enormously, and at ignition stage it is from B to C. Ignition is from B to C. So from B to C, temperature changes from T2 to T3. Pressure from 18 atmospheric to it is 80 atmospheric. The change in temperature is nearly from 500 degrees centigrade to 2000 degrees centigrade. See, at this point, at point C, the temperature is about 2000, pressure is about 80 atmospheric. Then at the end of this, suddenly this piston moves in the backward direction. engine starts. Then work is done. As engine starts, this stage C to D is reached. It is called as an exhaust stroke. During exhaust stroke, temperature reaches from T3 to T4 and volume reaches from V1 to V2. Then at the end of this exhaust stroke, once again there is an adiabatic expansion. At the end of this stroke, then point D is reached. Again, the V2 gets opened and V1 is closed. So all petrol vapor and mixture of petrol vapor and the air is escaped. Then point A is reached. At point A, the temperature falls from T4 to T1. The pressure is same and volume is V2. This process repeats. Next we have to derive expression for efficiency of this Otto engine. You know that efficiency of any heat engine is given by eta is equal to 1 minus H2 upon H1. Call this equation as 1. What is this H1 and what is this H2? H1 is the amount of heat absorbed. H2 is the amount of heat rejected. At A temperature is T1, at B temperature is T2, at C it is T3 and at D it is T4. From B to C, the amount of heat absorbed is H1. D to A, amount of heat rejected is H2. Then amount of heat absorbed is given by H1 is equal to M C into dt. What is M, what is C and what is dt? M is mass of the substance, C is specific heat and dt is the change in temperature. C is specific heat. What is specific heat? To measure specific heat of any substance, take 1 gram of that substance or 1 kg of that substance, supply certain amount of heat, then its temperature rises. Allow the temperature to rise only 1 degree. For to increase the temperature of only 1 degree, whatever the amount of heat supplied, that is called as specific heat. If this process is carried by keeping pressure constant, it is called as specific heat at constant pressure. If it is carried by keeping volume constant, it is known as specific heat at constant volume. Now, consider 1 gram of a perfect gas. Now here, air itself is considered as a perfect gas. Then here, H1, amount of heat absorbed, M is 1 gram. Then this is here to here, B to C, carried by keeping volume constant. Along this volume does not change, pressure changes. So volume is constant. Therefore, instead of this, I will write this as Cv into change in temperature T3 minus T2. T3 minus T2, or this is H1 is equal to CV T3 minus T2. Call this equation as 2. And in the same manner, if H2 is the amount of heat rejected in the Otto engine, that air itself is considered as a perfect gas. So again in the same manner, you can write this is H2 is equal to, there also the volume does not change from here to here. It is CV, and temperature changes from T4 to T1. Call this equation as 3. Now your H2 upon H1, this is H2 upon H1, H2 upon H1 is T4 minus T1 upon T3 minus T2. Because this is CV and CV get cancels. T3 minus S. Then substituting in equation 1, your eta is equal to 1 minus T4 minus T1 upon T3 minus T2. Call this equation as 4. Then T4, T1, T3 and T2. Here B and C, they are lying on the same adiabatic. C and D are also lying on the same adiabatic. Then if C and D are lying on the same adiabatic, now this is T4V2. You should know some relation. Nu minus 1 is equal to, and here I have written T4V2 nu minus 1 at C. This is T3. Volume is V1 nu minus 1. Volume is V3. Volume is, it is V1. It is nu minus 1. All this equation has 5. And similarly at point A and B, this is T1 V2 nu minus 1, it is equal to T2 V1 nu minus 1. What is your nu? Your nu is Cp upon Cv. What is the Cp upon Cv? Ratio of the specific heat at constant pressure to the specific heat at constant value. Then subtract the equation 6 from 5, means you make it 5 minus 6. T4 minus T1 is common. It is V2 into nu minus 1, that is equal to T3 minus T2 is common. It is nu minus 1. Now from this your T4 minus T1 upon T3 minus T2 is equal to, here of course what you write, V1 T3 minus T2 V1 raised to mu minus 1. Then T3 upon T1, this is equal to what? You can write this as V1 upon V2 raised to mu minus 1. And substitute this T4 minus T1 and T3 minus T2 in equation 4. Your efficiency eta is equal to 1 minus V1 upon V2 into mu minus 1. So, or this is eta is equal to 1 minus 1 upon V2 upon V1 raised to mu minus 1. What is V2 upon V1? V2 compression, V2 upon V1. So V2 upon V1 is represented by rho. It is called as adiabatic compression ratio. V2 upon V1 is adiabatic compression ratio. It is represented by rho. Or this is your eta is equal to 1 minus 1 upon rho into mu minus 1. So this you have to derive in the examination. If you write up to this, you are going to get 10 mark. Now on the same basis, we have to discuss another engine which is known as a diesel engine. This also they will ask as a 10 mark question. So from this chapter, for 10 marks question, either they will ask that auto engine or this diesel engine. So on the same basis, this diesel engine also consists of a cylinder which is provided with two valves. One is inlet and another one is outlet valve, and provided with the frictionless piston. So valves are perfectly non-conducting. That means there is no loss of heat energy. Here only the difference is at the beginning air is taken inside the cylinder and it is compressed. After the compression, diesel is sprayed for the ignition, not petrol vapor now. It is a diesel engine. Then let us see how it works. So in the figure, so E to A, this is first stroke, E to A, inlet valve is open and air, this piston is moved outward, air enters the cylinder and the temperature reached is T1 at atmospheric pressure. Then here that air behaves as a perfect gas. Ideal condition is that air behaves as a perfect gas. Then after that, from A to B, it is sufficiently compressed by closing this V1 and V2. Then piston is is moved backward in the upward direction and it is compressed adiabatically from A to B, temperature reaches to T2, which is about 1000 degree and pressure about 40 atmospheric. Now the stage is compressed. Here B to C is the stage where the oil is sprayed. If oil is sprayed through this inlet valve, suddenly ignition takes place. Then temperature increases at a constant pressure. So B to C the stage is reached. So temperature is T3 and here about it is 2000 degree centigrade. So when E to A volume was V1, A to B volume was V2, B to C volume is V3. Then in the figure C to D represents a working stroke or it is power stroke where the gas is suddenly expanded adiabatically. This piston moves in the down direction, C to D. Then temperature changes to, this is fourth, so T3 to T4. When that pressure also changes, when point D is reached, this exhaust valve is opened. As exhaust valve is opened, then it reaches the point A, means atmospheric pressure. Then once again, by opening this, if it is moved in the backward direction, so unburnt oil and air escapes through this V2. So these are the strokes which this diesel engine followed, and we have to derive an expression for efficiency of this diesel engine. Now, in the same manner, you know that expression for efficiency eta is given by 1 minus H2 upon H1. Call this equation as 1. H1 is the amount of heat absorbed, H2 is the amount of heat rejected. Then from B to C, pressure is constant, but volume changes. Then your H1 is specific heat at constant pressure, change in the temperature T3 minus T2. Once again, as in the previous case, 1 gram of the substance is considered. Then what is H2? H2 is here along this B to A, volume is constant. This is CV into temperature changes from T4 to T1. Therefore, this is T4 minus T1. Substitute in equation 1, your expression for efficiency eta is 1 minus H2 is CV into T4 minus T1 and divided by, this is Cp into T3 minus T2. You know that your nu is equal to this is Cp by Cv. but it is Cv by Cp, your eta is equal to 1 minus 1 upon nu. Cp by Cv is mu, Cv by Cp is 1 upon mu into T4 minus T1 upon T3 minus T2. Follow all these steps carefully because in the notes there is some typing mistake. So call this equation as 2. Express all these T4, T1, T3 in terms of T2. A and B are lying on the same adiabatic. If they are lying on the same adiabatic, so temperature is T1, volume is V1, mu minus 1 is equal to, at B, temperature is T2, volume is V2, mu minus 1. Or this is your T2 is equal to T1, sorry, T1 is equal to, right? Your T1 is equal to T2 into V2 upon V1 raised to mu minus 1. Here V1 upon V2 is adiabatic compression ratio. That means here rho is V1 upon V2. And internal combustion ratio is E. This is V3 by V2. Due to burning, the volume changes here. That is called as internal combustion ratio. E is equal to E3 by V3 by V2. Initial volume here was V2 and this here up to here it is V3. And now in this equation V2 by V1, sorry, rho is V1 by V2, it is V2 by V1 is 1 upon rho. Therefore your T1 is equal to T2 into 1 upon rho into nu minus 1. Call this equation as 3. Now I have applied the adiabatic ratio. So A to B. So B to C is pressure is constant. Here temperature is T2, volume is V2. And temperature is T3, volume is V3. For this I can write this as, so V3 by T3 is equal to, it is V2 by T2. Once again from this, your T3 is equal to V3 by V2 into T2. What is V3 by V2? V3 by V2 is E. Therefore, your T3 is equal to T2 into E. All this equation has 4. Now, we have reached this stage. C to D is again another adiabatic expansion. Therefore, here T3 and this is V3, and here T4 and this is V1. We can write this as it is T3 V3 nu minus 1 is equal to T4 V1 nu minus 1. Then what is this T4 here? T4 is equal to T3 into V3 by V1 is to nu minus 1, or this is T4 is equal to what is this T3? T3 is T2 into E. It is T3. And this I will write it as V3 by V2 into, again this cancels, V2 by V1 into mu minus 1. Then T4 is equal to T2 E into V3 by V2 is to mu minus 1. V3 by V2 is E. This is E raised to, so you write this first, the ratio. It is V3 by V2 is to mu minus 1 into V2 by V1 is to mu minus 1, or this is T4 is equal to T2E. This is V3 by V2 is E into mu minus 1 V2 by V1, it is 1 upon rho into mu minus 1, or this is T4 is equal to, see, e raised to minus 1, e raised to plus 1 cancels. What remains? T2 into e raised to nu. Then 1 upon rho into nu minus 1, and call this equation as 5. So you follow all these steps carefully, because I told that there is a typing mistake in the notes. Then see here, you know here T3, you know T1 and T4, you substitute all values in equation 2. Then if you substitute all these values in equation 2, your eta expression for efficiency is 1 minus 1 upon mu into T4. T4 is T2 e raised to mu into 1 upon rho mu minus 1. This is T4. Then minus T1. Where is T1? T1 is here. T2 into 1 upon rho mu minus 1. This is your T1. T3. T3 is T2 into E minus T2. Then your eta is equal to 1 minus 1 upon nu. You take 1 upon rho mu minus 1 outside. This is 1 upon nu. 1 upon rho into mu minus 1. See here what remains. If you take T2 outside, all these T2 get cancels. That means all these T2 cancels. And 1 upon rho mu minus 1 is taken. In the numerator it is e raised to nu minus 1. What is in the denominator? This is minus 1. E raised to minus 1. This is, all this equation as 6. This is the expression for efficiency in the case of diesel engine for same compression ratio. The efficiency of Otto engine is more than the efficiency of the diesel engine. But in practice, the compression ratio of Otto engine is 7 to 8 and diesel engine is 15 to 16. In practice, the efficiency of diesel engine is more than the efficiency of Otto engine. Now, so this you have to write up to this for 10 marks question. Definitely either they will ask Otto engine or diesel engine, you prepare it.